Yeah, good morning. Just waking up, man. Welcome to another trucker. Yeah, man, I'm just waking up on my way home today. I think I got about 7 hours before I get back to the crib. Finna step out, give me a little workout in, man. Figure I'd talk to y'all real quick while I had this on my mind. But yeah, working out is definitely part of my routine. I done gained a few pounds over the past couple months. You know, you gotta keep that shit in check. It's rough out here. As you can see, I look a little rough, man. Sometimes, hey man, when you got your mind focused on getting to it, man, you know, sometimes I'm just not worried about looking cute. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I wanted to touch on while I was on my mind, man. Freedom ain't free. It's not free. And you know, one of the things that attracted me to being an owner operator or a lease operator, whatever you want to call it, one of the things that attracted me to having my own truck was the freedom. We all want that freedom. Fuck it. But yeah, we all want that freedom, man. And I just realized, man, in my time of being responsible for taking care of my own truck and running, you know, basically my own trucking business, because that's really what you're doing. I just realized freedom is not cheap. Freedom is not free. You know, I'm pretty sure armies and generals and people of antiquity and in times past, people who literally had to shed blood and fight for their freedom in different parts of the world throughout history, they'll be the first to tell you that freedom ain't free. And it's not, and it's a principle that I've grown to accept. See, one thing that has become a part of my life within the past 5 years, I would say, is traveling. You know, I do a lot of international traveling. I do a lot of traveling, period. But as of lately, I've been doing a lot of international traveling. And you know what I realized, man? I was able to do a lot more traveling when I was a company driver than I have being responsible for my own truck. Real talk. Because when you're a company driver, you don't have to worry about, the only bills you have to worry about is your bills at home. That's it. But when you're responsible for your own truck, and especially if you're financing a truck, you have to worry about those bills that's still coming in when you're gone and when you're taking time off. You know, and I realized, like, don't get me wrong, the freedom and the sovereignty is well worth it to me, but it just put things in perspective in my mind. Like, you have to prepare. You know, you have to put yourself in position to be able to do the things that you want to do comfortably. You know, like I said, I did more traveling consistently, on a consistent basis when I was a company driver, than I have been this time that I've been a lease operator, owner operator, whatever. I haven't been able to travel as much because you got to get the ground beneath your feet. You know what I'm saying? Traveling is not something that I do, you know, every once in a while, take a vacation type thing. Traveling is part of my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time in my life, is really part of my lifestyle. Yeah, when I was working company, man, like, I was taking time off like every 3 or 4 months, cutting up out of here. But now, in an owner opposition, you got to plan shit out. You got to be more careful. You got to be more mindful when you're taking time off, because when you're taking time off, not only do you still have to worry about the bills that's coming in, you know, you got to think about and consider the money that you losing too while you're not working. So, and you know, like this past April that just passed, right? I took a whole month off. Well fucking deserved, but I took a month off. Went out the country for a month. And I planned for it, you know what I'm saying? I planned for it. I think I could have planned for it a little bit better, but when I got back, I was still straight, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when you leased on to a company, you still got fees and shit that they taking out of your paycheck. And even if you're not making no money, they still adding up those fees. So if you gone, like I was gone for a month, those fees, truck insurance, toll fee, you know, all the little shit that they taking out your check, that the company is taking out your check. Yeah, you're not making no money while you gone, so they can't take no money out of money that's not being made while you gone. But best believe when you get back and that first check you make, all that money that's been accrued, or all those fees that done accrued, they taking that right out your first check. So when I first got back, the very first check that I made, I think the first run I made was probably like towards the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't nothing but like a $1,500 run real quick. I ain't get shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get nothing. All them fees that accrued during that month that I was gone, they took that shit right out at the first little check that I made. So you got to plan for stuff. When you got to be more mindful when you get in a position, when you own your own truck, man. You really have to treat this shit like you really have to be a CEO. You really have to think. You really have to play chess. You really have to treat this shit like you at war. You really have to think like a general. You know what I mean? Like, you really in control of this shit. And like I say, man, that freedom is costly. It don't come at a cheap price. You know, a lot of people want to be owner ops because they, you know, same reason I wanted to be an owner op. Or one of the things that allured me to wanting to be an owner op before I became an owner op, you know, especially when I didn't have too much knowledge about the industry. You're thinking about that freedom. Oh, I can do whatever I want to do. I can take time off. Yeah, I can take time off whenever I want. You know what I'm saying? That's true. But you got to pay for that freedom. You got to earn that freedom. It don't come free. So, you know, like I say, man, my reason for making these videos, one of my reasons for making these videos is it's just to help people get their mind right. You know, to me, everything in this industry, in life, period, is about mindset. That's why I always say titles don't matter. It don't matter. It's all about the mindset. It's all about mindset. So that's one of the reasons why I make these videos, man, is just to help people get their mindset right. You know, moving around in this industry. But yeah, freedom is not free, and freedom is not cheap at all. You know, but yeah, I'm working towards being able to put myself in that position to where I can really travel when I want, more consistently. But right now, I have to be more mindful about the moves that I'm making. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in my first year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half. You know, to me, I'm still in the infancy stage of being responsible for my own truck. So I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a learning process. Hey man, I'm out here learning. I'm with y'all. You know, I'm not sitting on no high horse with this, but yeah, just certain things that I've realized. Freedom ain't cheap, bro. And it's true. What I hear a lot of people say, you know, we like to say we bossing up. Everybody want to be a boss. But I don't think people really be understanding what comes with being a boss. You know, everybody want to talk that boss talk, but people don't be realizing, man, to be a real boss means you had to be prepared to take losses. You had to be prepared to take shorts. If you a boss and you got people working under you, you got to make sure all your people was fed before you get fed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk that talk, but a lot of people is not willing to really stand up and put behind it what's needed behind what they claiming to be or what they want to be. You know, this shit ain't no joke, fam. So, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up talking your head off, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. But who am I? I ain't shit but another trucker.